Hello guys, good evening all of you.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, today revision topic is classification of elements and periodicity in the properties. We have first the CET level questions, and these are past year CET level questions. And this coming Saturday, I will conduct MCQ test on chemical bonding and classification of elements.
So, but Monday I have pre-board, sir, so I cannot attend that exam.
Saturday, no test,
Yes, sir,
not Sunday.
but we have 2 days, sir, to prepare the whole maths portion, sir.
Mass, you didn't write test, no? Sorry. Sunday I conduct on a 50 marks paper,
No,
sample paper.
no, sir, because tomorrow I'm having my pre-board, sir.
Tomorrow onward starts.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just now I shared in Google Classroom. Open that page. Okay. Banu, read first question.
Just a minute, sir. Open. Among Na plus, Na, Mg and Mg2 plus, the largest particle is.
Yeah. So among Na plus, Na, Mg and Mg plus 2, the largest particle is. Tell me answer. Na plus and Na, Mg and Mg plus 2. So here, which is the largest particle?
Na.
Na, right?
Yes,
This is
sir.
the correct answer. So if you see their atomic sizes or ionic radii or atomic radius, down the group atomic size is increasing, right? Down the group. Left to right, atomic size or radii, atomic radii decreases. We know in the first group element lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. Second group element beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radium. So here sodium is bigger size than magnesium. So it is bigger size than magnesium. Then now we go into the cations. Always size of cation smaller than respective atom. So if you see suppose sodium Na plus is always smaller than Na atom. Here magnesium, Mg plus is always smaller than Mg, and even Mg2 plus is always smaller than Mg plus and then Mg. So always cations having smaller size than their respective atoms, and if the magnitude of positive charges increases, size will become decreases. Yeah. For first question, answer is Na plus. Sorry, Na bigger size. No, the largest size is Na plus. C is the correct one. Okay, next question to Chirag. Chirag. Anjali. Dhanush. Harsh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, read next question.
In the following, the element with the highest ionization energy is
So which one having the highest ionization energy?
option
So,
B, sir.
Option B, neon, 3s2, 3p3. Can you tell reason?
Sir, half-filled.
Very good. Half-filled electronic configuration, correct. So their elements are given. First one is A is aluminium. Second question, A is given aluminium. B is phosphorus. C is silicon. And D is sulfur. We know the 15th group elements, all elements having half-filled electronic configuration, no doubt it having the highest ionization enthalpy. Okay, then third question. Read, Kushi.
In the periodic table, metals usually catalyze and belong to.
In the periodic table, metals usually used as catalyst belongs to. Yeah, find the answer. So which elements mostly we are using as a catalytic metals? You can answer easily this one.
D block, sir.
Very good. D block elements, correct. Reason? Anybody? Why D block elements mostly we are using as a catalyst?
Different oxidation states.
Yes, very good. That is one reason. Any another reason?
So metal form different colors, sir. So when
No,
D and
colors not matter here. One is that they show variable oxidation state. That's the main reason. Another reason, you can say they can provide enormous surface area. Yes, if you take any solid substance and if you crush into small powder substance, it can provide large surface area along with the different oxidation states. Yeah, that is the reason. Next, fourth question. Likita,
Yes, sir.
read question number 4.
An element with atomic number 21 is a
21 is the element. That element belongs to. First, what is 21st element? Name of 21st element.
Scandium.
Very good. Scandium. Scandium belongs to transition element, alkali metal, halogen, representative element.
transition element.
Yes, correct. Transition element. See, in the periodic table, this is the first group and second group element. These we are calling S block elements are alkali and alkaline earth metals. This is alkali metal, alkaline earth metal. And this is P block elements. This is S block elements. So this and this, S and P, together we are calling representative elements. Here were D block elements. These are F block elements. Name is inner transition elements. D block elements, another name is transition elements or transition metals. So except 12th group elements, zinc, cadmium, and mercury, except those three elements, the remaining all D block elements we can call transition metal. Already this point you studied in D and F block elements, and you know F block elements we are calling inner transition elements. So here answer is transition element. 21st element is scandium, transition element. Then fifth question, Lakshmi.
The correct order in which the first ionization potential increases is
Ionization enthalpy increasing order.
option D, sir.
Option
D.
Yes, correct. D is correct. Here, what is the trend? Ionization enthalpy trend, left to right and top to bottom. In a periodic table, down the group, ionization enthalpy decreases. Left to right?
Left to right increases, sir.
Very good. Ionization energy increases. So here given elements are mixed, the mixed first group and second group elements. This is first group element, second group element is here. So down the group, ionization enthalpy decreases. Here elements given is potassium, sodium, and beryllium. No doubt, potassium having the lowest, then next sodium, then highest is beryllium. Okay, next sixth question. Sainika. Sharath.
The correct order of ionization energy of CnFO is
carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and fluorine. The correct order of ionization energy order. Anybody? Ionization energy. This is all elements belongs to second period. Carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. Tell me.
C.
C. Yeah, correct. High, left to right ionization enthalpy increases. That's correct. Fluorine having the highest. But here only small exception is there in between nitrogen and oxygen. We already studied nitrogen and nitrogen group. Those nitrogen family elements all having off-field electronic configuration. So those having a higher ionization enthalpy than 16th group elements. Option C is correct. Then 7th question. Tejashwini.
The oxide of an element whose electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1 is.
So that is electronic configuration of which element?
Alkali metal. First group, sir. So it is
Okay.
basic.
That's okay. What is that element? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1 is the electronic configuration of?
Sodium.
Sodium.
Sodium, 11 now, so sodium. Sodium forms which oxide?
So basic.
Basic oxide. Okay, correct. Answer is B. Then, 8th question. Banu.
The order of stability of metal oxides is.
The order of stability of metal oxide is any substance that may be oxide or hydride, whatever, the compound which having the higher lattice enthalpy, that is highly stable. Directly proportional to lattice energy or lattice enthalpy. So in chemical bonding, we discussed about lattice enthalpy. Yeah, we discussed about lattice enthalpy. Lattice energy is directly proportional to force. We know force is directly proportional to charge of the species Q1, Q2 divided by d square, means the distance between the charged particles. So here, if charges on the species is higher, obviously lattice enthalpy or lattice energy will become higher and stability also higher. And distance means if the size of the particles is small, then lattice energy is more. Carefully observe here compounds. The option A, chromium. What is Cr2O3? What is chromium oxidation state? Cr2O3 plus 3. Oxygen is okay, -2. Then magnesium oxide, Al2O3, Fe2O3. Aluminum also having +3. Magnesium is +2. All are having oxides only. Its respective oxide -2, -2, -2, -2. But charges, okay, here we need to consider their sizes also. Okay, here order is highly stable species is magnesium oxide. So by considering both factors, charges and size. After that, aluminum. Then chromium. List is Fe2O3. this order. B is the correct one. So it is not a easy question. So if you know correct the size of the particles, I mean, no need to know, not necessary to know by heart all the values, but if you have a general idea about the size, variation of atomic sizes down the group and how increases left to right, so we can predict. And their magnesium is maintaining nearest noble gas configuration here. Magnesium. Of course, aluminum also, but here two aluminum species are there. There only one magnesium atom is there. That's what it having the smaller size when you compare this both. And here values we can get from D and F block elements. Their chromium only having smaller size than iron. Okay, now come to question number 9. Read Harsh.
Generally, the first ionization energy increases along a period, but there are some exception. One which is not an exception is.
Can you tell answer? So nitrogen and oxygen is exception, right? Ionization enthalpy.
Yes, sir.
And in between sodium and magnesium, is there any exception?
No, sir.
No exception. Magnesium and aluminum? Yes, there exists exception. Beryllium and boron also exist a exception. I will explain this too. Sodium and oxygen, sorry, nitrogen and oxygen already you know. Nitrogen having half-filled electronic configuration. Magnesium and aluminum. Beryllium and boron. See this, right electronic configuration of beryllium. 1s2, 2s2. Boron is 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. Here we have to consider penetrating effect. See, penetrating effect means the probability of finding the electron or the probability of finding the orbital closest to the nucleus is called its penetrating effect. So in particular shell, suppose I am selecting the third shell, 1, 2, 3, third shell. In third shell, we know 3s orbital, 3p orbital, 3d orbitals are there. So electrons which are present in 3s, this is very closer to the nucleus than 3p and then 3d, right? In third shell, these are the orbitals. 3s orbital is very closer, 3d orbital is far from the nucleus. It means whenever electron is present in 3s orbital and suppose 3p orbital or in 3d orbital, which electron we can remove easily means we can remove electron from 3d is very easy. 3s is much difficult because of penetrating effect. This is very closer to the nucleus. Same trend following here, beryllium and boron also. To remove electron from beryllium, you must have to remove from 2s orbital. To remove electron from boron atom, we can remove from 2p orbital. So consider penetrating effect here. Which electron we can remove easily now? First shell, this is the second shell. In second shell, 2s orbital is there, 2p orbital is there. So in beryllium, 2s orbital is very closer to the nucleus. In boron, electron is present in 2p. We can remove easily here. That's what. Of course, general trend is from beryllium to boron and carbon ionization enthalpy increases. But here exception is there. Beryllium having the highest ionization enthalpy than boron due to penetrating effect. Okay, same. And also it is a completely filled orbital. Think here. 2s orbital is completely filled. It having more stability. So disturbing of electron, it loses stability. Beryllium atom loses stability by removing of electron. But by remove of electron from 2p orbital, it not affects. Next, in magnesium and aluminum, same trend here also. Magnesium electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2. Aluminium 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p1. In both the cases, magnesium and aluminum, we need to remove electron from third shell only. Here also third shell, here also third shell. But in aluminum, we can remove electron from 3p easily, but here we need to remove from 3s orbital. This is somewhat difficult because 3s orbital is very closer to the nucleus than 3p orbital. So here also general trend is increases, but actual exception here, magnesium having the highest ionization enthalpy than aluminum. So if we write ionization enthalpies, the second period elements, boron, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. So lithium to beryllium ionization enthalpy increases. And here beryllium having the higher than boron. Next to carbon, nitrogen having higher than oxygen, then fluorine. So we are observing here exceptions. These second period elements. Next third period elements, sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine. Here sodium to magnesium ionization enthalpy increases and here decreases. Here is the exception. And see, aluminum to silicon increases, silicon to phosphorus increases. Again here phosphorus having higher than sulfur. Next chlorine having higher than sulfur. Here also exception. Note down these two orders in notebook. Okay, next question number 10. Kushi.
The correct order for the electronegatives of N, O, F, and P is
Nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and phosphorus. The periodic table, fluorine having the highest electronegativity after oxygen and then nitrogen in the given species, phosphorus. So electronegativity of fluorine we are writing 4. After oxygen is 3.5. Chlorine and nitrogen have 3. Bromine and sulfur 2.8. Carbon, phosphorus, iodine, these have 2.5, and hydrogen is 2.1. Electronegativities. Generally, we are saying electronegativity of metals is low, non-metals having highest. And trend also, this follows exact trends, left to right. Electronegativity increases, top to down, electronegativity decreases. C is the correct answer. Likita, read question number 11.
The correct arrangement for the ions in the increasing order of the radii is.
So increasing order of their radii is. Okay. So different elements are given in each option. First option is given Na plus Cl minus Ca2 plus. See, Na plus, it have the configuration of neon, noble gas configuration. Cl minus having argon configuration. Ca2 plus also have argon configuration. No doubt, neon is smaller than argon. Okay, it is a smaller one. And we have to write increasing order. See, in case of isoelectronic species, these are isoelectronic species, Cl minus and Ca2 plus, both have 18 electrons only. In isoelectronic species, magnitude of negative charge increases size of ion also increases. Whereas magnitude of positive charge increases magnitude of positive charge increases, size of species decreases. So here, an example I'm explaining. Listen this. Later we will solve this 11th question. N minus 3, O minus 2, F minus, Ne, Mg, Na plus, Mg2 plus. These all are isoelectronic species, all having 10 electrons only. But which one is bigger size? Read these 2 points and tell me which one is bigger size in this isoelectronic species. Which one is bigger size? Lakshmi? Hello? Banu?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me which is bigger species and means which one having the bigger size?
Yes, sir. And nitrogen 3 minus.
Very good. N3 minus is bigger size. So these all are isoelectronic species. Here, sign negative sign means magnitude of negative charge is higher for this species. So this one only having bigger size. This is the order. because nitrogen carrying 10 electrons, but in nucleus it having only 7 protons. No, only 7 protons attracting this 10 electrons. Here 8 protons are there, 8 protons attracting 10 electrons. Here 9 protons, 10 protons attracting 10 electrons, but here number of protons are more. That's what very strongly attracts 10 electrons. That's what size will become small. And in magnesium 12 protons are there, so higher the positive charge, that's what very strongly attracting all the valence electrons also. That's what size of Mg2 plus will become very small. Okay, same trend apply here. Can you arrange increasing order of their size? Tell me, Banu. Increasing order of their sizes.
Sir, what, sir?
Here 3 species are given. Arrange these 3 species, increasing order of their sizes.
Sir, Na plus, Ca2 plus, and Cl minus.
Yeah, that's correct order. Okay. These these 2 are isoelectronic species, but actual increasing order is Na plus, Ca2 plus, and then Cl minus. But here given Cl minus and Ca2 plus. So option A is wrong. Then go to option B. Option B is Ca2 plus, K plus, S2 minus. Ca2 plus, K plus, S2 minus. Increasing order of their sizes. Is it correct or not?
Sir, correct, sir.
Calcium 2 plus 18 electrons. K plus also have 18 electrons. S2 minus also have 18 electrons. All are isoelectronic species. So this is the increasing order of their sizes. Yes, it is correct. In case of isoelectronic species, negative charge increases, means magnitude of negative charge increases, size also increases. Positive charge increases, size decreases. So B is the correct answer, 11th one. So note down this statement and write this as an example. Likita, read question number 12.
For the properties mentioned, the correct trend for the different species is in.
So option A is the strength as Lewis acid, BCl3, AlCl3, and GaCl3. Inert pair effect, aluminum, gallium, indium. Oxidizing property, Al3 plus, N3, Indium 3 plus, thallium 3 plus. First ionization enthalpy, boron greater than aluminum and thallium. The correct trend, I think first ionization enthalpy is only correct trend is D. First boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium. Strength as a Lewis acid. Anybody can tell what is the Lewis acid definition? Lewis acid definition.
Accept a lone pair.
Yeah. Any molecule or any species which have ability to accept lone pair of electron, that's we are calling Lewis acid. So down the group, we know electronegativity decreases, and the tendency to gain electron also, ability to gain electron also decreases. So in case of 13th group elements, boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, and thallium, boron have more ability to accept electrons. So here molecule is BCl3. Okay, it's having highest. Then AlCl3. Then least is gallium Cl3. It's correct. Next, inert pair effect. We know in the downside elements mostly showing inert pair effect. Top elements, they won't show any inert pair effect. These all are able to show +3 oxidation state. This also sometime, but these elements mostly prefers +1 oxidation states instead of +3 because of inert pair effect. So that is a wrong order. They are given aluminum, gallium, indium. Actually, indium having the highest. Actual thallium not mentioned. Then gallium. Least is for aluminum. But this kind of option is not given. So A is the correct answer. And C is oxidizing property. Aluminum, indium, and thallium. So this is also reverse. So oxidizing property, indium and thallium having highest because they are highly unstable in +3 state. That's what these gain some electron and becomes +1 oxidation state. Means by gaining electrons. So these species are undergoing reduction and other species are getting oxidized. So we can call these are oxidizing reagents, indium and thallium in +3 oxidation states. So but here given reverse, that's also wrong. But D, first ionization enthalpy, that's also correct. Boron having the highest. Anyhow, this is also actually correct. Trend is exactly following boron to aluminum and then to thallium. Ionization enthalpy decreases. If there any exception, later I will discuss about the question number 12, option D. Actually, A and D are both are correct. Okay, then see question number 13. Lakshmi.
For one of the element, various successive ionization enthalpy are given below.
Okay, first ionization enthalpy, second, third, fourth, and fifth are given. The element is for one of the element, various successive ionization enthalpies. Okay, given. Okay, here.
Aluminium, sir.
What?
Aluminium.
Aluminium. Yeah, correct. So if you observe their ionization enthalpy generally increases always. Third ionization enthalpy is greater than second, and this is greater than first, and this fourth is greater than fifth. This is the actual order. But however, if you see their ionization enthalpy increasing order, 577 to 1810 means okay, it's the normal increase, and 1800 to 2750 also okay, it is also increased, but there is no much difference, means it's just below 1000 only. But if you observe third to fourth ionization enthalpy, 2750 to 11580, it's a very big jump, correct? So that means we can remove 3 electrons easily. Fourth electron removing is very, very, very difficult. Then you know aluminum is only able to lose 3 electrons, unable to lose fourth electron, because after losing 3 electron it gets nearest noble gas configuration neon. So further losing of electron is very, very difficult. Correct answer is D. Sharath? Tejashwini?
Which one of the following metal oxides exhibit amphoteric nature?
Which oxide is able to show amphoteric nature, acidic nature and basic nature both? Barium oxide, aluminum oxide, Na2O is CaO. What is correct answer?
Aluminum oxide.
Aluminum oxide. I think this reaction already I gave you in group 17th element. Yeah, reaction with HCl. So once you see in 12th standard also there this one reaction of aluminum oxide with HCl and aluminum oxide reaction with NaOH also. It is able to react with HCl and NaOH. So it's both acidic nature and basic nature. So we call it as the amphoteric nature. 15th question. Read, Banu.
The electronegativities of C and Si and P are in the order of
Carbon, nitrogen, silicon and phosphorus. Tell me, already I gave you values also. Which one having highest electronegativity here?
nitrogen,
Nitrogen, okay. Then?
carbon, phosphorus, then silicon.
Silicon, okay. Mostly carbon and phosphorus maintains almost same electronegativity. So here which option is correct? Nitrogen is having highest, carbon, phosphorus, silicon. So A is the correct answer. Harsh?
The orbital nearest to the nucleus is?
So which orbital is nearest to the nucleus?
4s, sir.
4s. Yeah, correct, 4s. Okay, here we are finding the energy of orbital. Okay, it will comes in atomic structure. Again, we may discuss there also. We are applying N plus L rule. N plus L. So N value, okay, they are giving. And L value is S, P, D, F. L, S having 0, P 1, D 2, F having 3. These are L values. Orbitals. Here 4F is given. Apply. 4F is equal to 4 plus F3. So 7 its value. Second one is 5D. 5 plus D having 2. So still it is 7. 4S. 4 plus 0, 4. 7P. 7 plus 1, 8. So highest energetic orbital is 7p. Highest energetic. And also, okay, lowest energetic orbitals are first filling. Here lowest energetic orbital is 4s orbital. So it is only very closer to the nucleus. It is very far from the nucleus. And here you can observe both orbitals having same energy. No, in this case, the orbital which one having the higher n value, that is higher energetic. In these two cases, some value is coming 7, but this is a 4f, this is a 5d. 5d in this 5d orbital, n value is higher, no? So it is only higher energetic we are considering. While filling the electrons in orbitals, low energetic orbitals are first filled, then electrons are going into high energetic orbitals. So according to that, first 4s orbital is filled, next electrons are going into 4f. After filling 4f, electrons are going into 5d. Here 7p. C is the correct answer. Okay, 2 questions are there, I will write. Which of the following is the correct order of radius? Option A is h minus greater than h plus, Na plus, F minus, O2 minus, F minus, O2 minus, and Na plus, Al3 plus, Mg2 plus, Mn3 minus. So which of the following is the correct order of radius? Find out correct answer.
A, sir.
Correct. A is only correct one. See, this is the neutral atom. Anion is always bigger than its respective atom. This is anion, always bigger than its respective atom. And cation is always smaller than its respective atom. This only follows correct trend. And these are wrong. Actually, here we have to give reverse order. O2 minus is bigger than F minus, then Na plus. Here, yeah, O2 minus is bigger than F minus, least small size is Na plus. Here, Mn3 plus is bigger size, then Al3 plus, no, then Mg2 plus, and then Al3 plus. Okay, then 18th question. The first ionization enthalpy of the following elements are in the order. So electronegativity, ionization enthalpy, first ionization enthalpy increasing order. Choose correct option.
B, sir.
B.
D.
D. Carbon having highest, okay, sorry, nitrogen having highest, that's okay. Yeah, that's not the correct option. Okay, so this is only past year CET level question. I think in CET, almost out of 60 questions, giving out of 60 questions, 50 to 55 questions, they are almost giving easy. I'm talking about together 11th and 12th. Only 4 or 5 questions, somewhat difficult questions they are asking. So even if we read NCERT level correctly, I mean full concept, and minimum 100 to 150 MCQ question if we practice, very easy to answer 50 to 55 questions from chemistry. I think chemistry is one of the best scoring subject who are writing for engineering entrance. For medical, first biology, very easy to score in biology, then chemistry. So that's what mostly read lower level MCQ questions practice. I mean, instead of going to higher level concept, of course, giving questions 1 or 2 only. And if you prepare advanced level also, 1 or 2 questions only giving hard. In CET and JEE also, in JEE also, out of 25 questions, 15 questions are directly giving from NCERT. Okay, so that's what if you prepare for perfectly PUC or even board syllabus, you can easily answer 75% of MCQ questions also you can answer. If you do well in board level. Same concepts we are applying while solving MCQ questions also. Okay, I will write some concepts on board related to periodic table. So if you have any doubt or if you don't know any concept, ask me, I will explain here. Think about basic periodic table means how elements are classified. You already studied in 10th class also, that one not necessary. And in 11th standard also you studied. Some important concepts only I am writing on board. Mostly trends, periodic properties. Ionic size or ionic radii. So ionization enthalpy we can call ionization potential also, or ionization energy. Electron gain enthalpy and factors affecting electron gain enthalpy. Electron negativity and factors. So these only important concept and trends only. Mostly questions are asking based on these concepts. Okay, one by one I will explain. And one more is the anomalous properties. This anomalous properties we are studying in group wise. In 12th standard also it's given now anomalous properties, especially oxygen for fluorine and nitrogen in belongs to 15th group, 16th, 17th, 18th group. So the anomalous property, I think even if we did not read in periodic table, you can read in groups, group elements. Okay, see the first one. Yeah, tell me.
Sir, that screening effect also.
Oh yeah, screening effect, that is factor affecting ionization enthalpy. Okay, anyhow, first I will explain this. Atomic size, ionic radii, and size of isoelectronic species. And what are the factors influencing this, we will see now. After I'll explain ionization enthalpy. I think you know general trend. Ionization enthalpy is, atomic size or ionic radii left to right decreases. So in periods, size of atom is decreases. Reasons, you can say two reasons. The first reason is nuclear charge is increasing. Means the number of protons in the nucleus increases. Second reason is that electron is added into the same shell. Suppose if we select second period elements, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and neon, there is a neon also. So lithium number of shells are only 2 shells. It having, because it is belongs to second period, means this having 2 shells. Even up to neon also element having the 2 shells only. From lithium to neon, all elements having only 2 shells, and the incoming electron. So when moving from lithium to beryllium, the 4th electron is added to the second shell. Here 5th electron also added into the second shell. Here in fluorine, 9th electron also added into the second shell only. So the incoming electron is added to the same shell. Mostly size of atom is affected by number of shells, not by number of electrons. Number of shells mostly. Number of shells increases, size of atom gradually increases. We can see big jump in their atomic sizes. And another one, nuclear charge. So lithium to beryllium nuclear charge. Here the atomic number 3, here 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So number of protons increasing. Of course, at the same time, number of electrons also increased. But electron is added into the same shell. That's what size of atom left to right decreases. Due to increase in nuclear charge, the valence electrons are strongly attracted by the nucleus. That's why size of atom becomes decreases. Next, groups we'll see. Size of atom down the group increases. So here you can see some values also, ionization enthalpy values, but no need to by heart. Just if you know those values are enough. Lithium is 152 picometers, beryllium 111, boron 88, carbon 77, yes, 70, 74, 72, 86, I think here small mistake is given. Neon having the highest, but it's given 160. So general trend is ionization enthalpy, sorry, atomic size decreases, but at neon size of atom is abruptly increased. So suppose if we draw a graph, size of atoms, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, but it suddenly increased at neon. Reason is, anybody? Size of neon. Reason here, in case of elements, we are measuring 3 type of radius. In metals, mostly preferred metallic radius. In non-metals, we are measuring covalent radius. In case of noble gases, we are measuring van der Waals radius. So in case of metallic radius, just here constituent particles just touch each other. This is the metallic radius. This is the internuclear distance, and half of this internuclear distance giving metallic radius. In covalent radius, these are the constituent particles. Here, some part of the atom is merged. So half of this, it is giving covalent radius. And van der Waals radius is this is the constraint particle. So half of this distance we are giving atomic radius. So noble gases, they won't form any molecular substances that one even at at low temperature and applying high pressure also. Of course, some atoms are just coming closer. Even they won't touch each other also. So however, according to the definition, half of that internuclear distance of adjacent atoms, we are giving a atomic radius. So in case of noble gases, atoms are just coming closer like this only. They won't touch each other. So always van der Waals radius is bigger one. And then metallic radius. Smallest one is covalent radius. So in metals, we are prepared metallic radius. In noble gases, always we are measuring van der Waals radius. In other elements, we are measuring covalent radius. So here are given all values are covalent radius, but for only neon, they're given van der Waals radius. Van der Waals radius is a bigger one. That's what abruptly size of neon is increased. Here we may say one more reason also, because of interelectronic repulsions. Due to more interelectronic repulsions, the neon having the bigger size. But the general trend is left to right, size of atom is decreases. Now in groups, writing for the first group element, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, and cesium. Down the group, size of atom is increases because the number of shells increases. Lithium having only 2 shells. Sodium have 3 shells. Potassium having 4 shells. That's rubidium having 5 shells, cesium 6 shells. That's what size of atom is down the group increases. Okay, next. Radius in isoelectronic species. See, a group of species having the same number of electrons, they are called isoelectronic species. For example, N3 minus, O2 minus, F minus, and Ne. Na plus, Mg2 plus, Al3 plus, Si plus 4. This we can call all are isoelectronic species because these all species having the number of electrons 10 only, all having 10 electrons. And another set, S2 minus, Cl minus, Ar, potassium K plus, and Ca2 plus, scandium 3 plus. These all are isoelectronic species. Each species having 18 electrons. A group of ions having the same number of electrons, they are called isoelectronic species. Okay, in case of isoelectronic species, already I told that point. Magnitude of negative charge increases, size increases. Magnitude of positive charge increases, size decreases. So if you select, suppose 3 species, K plus, Cl minus, and Sc3 plus. First we are writing its electrons. K plus having 18 electrons, Cl minus also have 18, scandium 3 plus also have 18 electrons. So these all are isoelectronic species. In isoelectronic species, the smallest size is scandium 3 plus because it is carrying highest positive charge. So smallest size is scandium 3 plus. Next, K plus. Bigger size is Cl minus. Other 3 species, S2 minus, Ca2 plus, Cl minus. Likita?
Sir?
Yeah. Arrange these 3 species in the increasing order of their sizes.
So Ca2 plus,
Ca2 plus,
Cl minus, then S2 minus.
very good. So This is having bigger size, this is having the smaller size. Okay. Si 4 plus, Na plus, and O2 2 minus. J2 plus. Dhanush? Sharath? Kushi?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, arrange those three species in the increasing order of their sizes.
So which ones, sir?
These three.
Sir, first Na plus.
Increasing order, right?
Yes, sir.
Ah.
Then Na2 plus.
Na, where is an Mg?
Mg2 plus and Si4 plus.
What is this? Increasing order of size or decreasing order of size?
So decreasing.
Decreasing. Decreasing is correct. So you can give this. So here, magnitude of positive charge is increasing, size decreases. So this having the lowest positive charge now, this have the bigger size, this have highest positive charge, so lower size. Okay. The next concept, ionization enthalpy. Okay. Here, size of cation and anion are same element also. We'll check few elements. Size of cation always smaller than respective atom. Size of anion always bigger than respective atom. O2 2 minus, O minus, O plus, and O. Then oxygen. So there, which is bigger size? Careful, read this. 2 points and answer that. Which is bigger size? Like it, no. Harsh?
Sir, O2 minus.
O2 minus is bigger size. Then next one.
O minus.
Okay. After?
O minus, O, then O plus.
Very good. So bigger size is O2 minus, then O minus, after O, and then O plus. Always positively charged species has smaller size than its respective atom. Okay. Ionization energy, or ionization potential, or ionization enthalpy. So the statement is the minimum amount of energy required to remove electron from gaseous isolated atom and to become a unipositive ion. It's called ionization enthalpy. So to simply we can say to remove one electron from atom, it's called ionization enthalpy. But here we are taking an isolated state. So an element, by applying ionization energy, it will becomes E plus. A cation is formed. Unipositive ion. Then gaseous state, obtained cations in gaseous state. So this ionization enthalpy is always endothermic process. So always we need to invest some energy to remove electron from the atom. So this is we are calling first ionization enthalpy. So to remove one electron, this is called first ionization enthalpy. Then here E plus, negative ion, and applying here some ionization energy, it gives E2 plus. So this is a bivalent ion. So this is called second ionization enthalpy. So E2 plus, and applying energy to remove third electron, it forms tripositive ion. Still these are in gaseous phase only. This is called third ionization enthalpy. If you remove fourth electron, it will become fourth ionization enthalpy. Suppose one element have 40 electrons. Means one atom have 40 electrons, means here 40 ionization enthalpies are exist. So if you consider 3 ionization enthalpies, always third ionization enthalpy is higher than second ionization enthalpy, and this is higher than first ionization enthalpy. If it is fourth is there, this is only bigger. Fifth is there, fifth ionization enthalpy is bigger one. So here we are the units used in ionization enthalpy is joule per mole only. Next trends we will see. So in periods, ionization enthalpy increases. So left to right, ionization enthalpy increases. Down the group, ionization energy decreases. So many reasons are there. To explain those reasons, first we have to know what are the factors affecting the ionization enthalpy. The first factor is atomic size. Size of atom increases, ionization enthalpy decreases. So atomic ionization enthalpy is inversely proportional to atomic size. If the size of atom is increasing, so the valence electrons are loosely binded to the nucleus. The distance between the nucleus and valence electron is very high here compared to these two. That's what here attractive force between the nucleus and valence electron is less, and we can remove electron easily. The next one, shielding effect or screening effect. So the screening effect or shielding effect is also inversely proportional to ionization energy. Let's see what is screening effect. In multi-electron atoms, the attractive force between the valence electron and nucleus is reduced by the inner core electrons. That's called screening effect. The nucleus. Suppose in this cell, 1 electron is there. In the second cell, 8 electrons are there. First cell, only 2 electrons. Okay, now the attractive force between this nucleus and valence electron generally exist. Attractive forces are exist, but the attractive forces are somewhat reduced by this inner core electrons. Inner electrons decreases the attractive force between the valence electron and nucleus. That's called screening effect. We can explain with one example. Suppose here magnet. Here suppose iron piece is there one. And no doubt in between magnet and iron piece, some attractive forces are exist. Suppose if we keep here any hard wooden block, still exist, still attractive forces are exist, but compared to initial case, here attractive force between the magnet and iron piece is somewhat decreases. Same kind we are observing in atom also. Due to interelectronic repulsions, and due to interelectronic repulsions, the attractive force between the valence electron and nucleus is reduced. That's called screening effect. Because of this screening effect, the valence electron is little bit moving far from the nucleus. Due to screening effect, there is no much attractive force between the valence electron and nucleus. That's what it is, moving far from the nucleus. That's why here we can remove now electron easily. So screening effect increases, ionization energy decreases. Suppose, okay, here order of screening effect causing orbital is very important. Suppose electrons present in s orbital causes more screening effect than p orbital, then d orbital and f orbitals. This d and f orbitals causes very, very poor shielding effect because of their size. S and p orbitals causes more shielding effect. Okay, then next factor, electronic configuration. Okay, next one, nuclear charge was study. Here, nuclear charge is directly proportional to ionization energy. Nuclear charge increases, the attractive force between the valence electron and nucleus increases. That's what very difficult to remove electron. So ionization enthalpy also increases. More energy we need to invest to remove valence electron. This is only reason why in periods ionization enthalpy increases. So from left to right, size of atom is first decreases. So these two factors only we can use why ionization enthalpy is increasing left to right. Because of atomic size. Left to right atomic size decreases. So if atomic size decreases, ionization enthalpy increases. Another reason, nuclear charge. Left to right, in periods, nuclear charge is increasing. It means number of protons are increasing. That's what ionization enthalpy also increases. Suppose in groups, why ionization enthalpy decreases is, this is the first reason. Down the group, size of atoms increases. That's what ionization enthalpy decreases. And we can explain with screening effect also. Due to increase the number of shells, the inner core electrons causes more shielding effect. That's what, due to increased screening effect, ionization enthalpy decreases. Size increase means we can remove very easily valence electrons. Okay. Next factor is penetrating effect. So the probability of finding the orbital closer to the nucleus, it is called a penetrating effect. So suppose penetrating effect of orbitals belongs to particular shell. Suppose this is the fourth shell. In fourth shell, we know 4s orbital, 4p orbital, 4d orbital, and 4f orbitals are there. So here 4s orbital is very closer to the nucleus than 4p, 4d, and 4f. So now penetrating effect of always s orbital is higher than p orbital, then d orbital, and then f orbital. Same order we followed here also. But here, if screening effect increases, ionization enthalpy decreases. But here, in penetrating effect increases, its ionization enthalpy increases. So here on, I explained one example earlier in between boron and beryllium and boron. Beryllium, generally, boron should have higher ionization enthalpy than beryllium, but practically beryllium only having the higher ionization enthalpy than boron, and even magnesium, aluminum also. General trend is aluminum should have higher than magnesium, but practically magnesium have highest than aluminum. Reason is penetrating effect. So in case of beryllium, we need to remove electron from 2s orbital. In boron, we are going to be remove electron from 2p orbitals. So according to concept of penetrating effect, 2s orbital is very closer to the nucleus than 2p. So 2p electron we can remove very easily than 2s electron. That's why boron beryllium having higher ionization enthalpy than boron. Here also same. If you write electronic configuration of magnesium, magnesium electronic configuration comes last orbital 3s2. In case of aluminum comes 3s2 and 3p1. So here also we need to remove electron from third shell. In case of aluminum also we are going to be remove electron from third shell. But in aluminum we are removing from 3p. In magnesium we need to remove electron from 3s. So see penetrating effect. S orbital having the highest penetrating effect than p orbitals. So removing of electron from 3s orbital is difficult than 3p. So magnesium only having the higher ionization enthalpy than aluminum. Okay, then last factor is electronic configuration. You know this one. Atoms which having a half-filled electronic configuration or completely filled electronic configuration, they maintain extra stability. That's what those elements having the higher ionization enthalpy values. For example, nitrogen family, 15th group element. This having higher ionization enthalpy than 16th group elements. Okay. This is about ionization enthalpy. We'll see in next class electron gain enthalpy and electron negativity. Okay, thank you. And I will, so coming Sunday, you need to write a test on 2 board paper. PU board papers already shared, no? PUC board papers. So prepare those question and answers. And in addition to those, I will give you zone 3 paper also. Yeah. Zone 3 paper, there are 3 sets, no? Set 1, set 2, set 3. From those, I will select some questions. So these 2 PUC board papers and that 1 zone paper. Prepare and write test on coming Sunday. And
So
Saturday.
Multiple choice.
Hello?
So when is multiple choice?
Saturday. You have Saturday multiple choice test. That is based on these 2 chapters, chemical bonding and periodic table. Sunday is a question and answer test. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.